Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Back on the road with my friend Aryn, and we're talking about coffee because it's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Aryn, thanks for having us out again here at the Hy-Vee in Whitney Way. It's got a beautiful kitchen, and we got some great stuff to talk about today. We talked a little bit with Amy earlier about coffee. We're still going to talk a little bit more about coffee, but also kind of getting your day started off right. But first and foremost, I love caffeine. And I love coffee. Now, I always kind of said, well, I like to taste the coffee. It's not so much about the caffeine.
Right.
But coffee's pretty addictive.
It is, and it all comes down to that caffeine. We get caffeine from the coffee beans, and that's really gives us that buzz. So, yeah,
I love it.
It's tasty.
All right, so let's just get it out of the way. It's in moderation, right? That's the key to success. Like, that is got to be like your guys' catchphrase. Like,
it is.
It's in moderation. That's all you need to know.
Exactly. So you'll reap the benefits of coffee and caffeine when it's under that 4 8-ounce cups a day. So I know you and Amy talked about that already. So keeping it light, but also incorporating food to help get up that energy in the morning.
And one of the first things that you could do in the morning, and I've heard this before, although I think we're in the dairy state, so I'm like, have that glass of milk right away to get things going. But you're saying, well, you could start with water kind of to fill you up.
Exactly. So water is really important to keep us hydrated. When we're waking up, we're already in a state of dehydration. So everyone's at some sort of level of dehydration in the morning. So starting off with a glass of water will actually help to start your metabolism and start your gut and get it ready for the day.
All right, so now we transition because we're starting with the water and we know we're going to have the coffee. So the coffee's dripping. We're ready to get going here. But we can mix in some other things to get the energy going to maybe cut back on some of the coffee items. So you've got some cool stuff here that we can look at. But coffee just isn't breakfast. There's other things that you can work into it, even though I say that every day. What'd you have for breakfast? Coffee?
Exactly.
Now
coffee
water.
is not breakfast. Although it gives us some energy from the caffeine, same with water. Water will give us some energy after being dehydrated, but we really need to get energy from food. That's where calories come from. We need calories to get us through the day and to have success through the day. So pairing your coffee with some high protein breakfast options is really beneficial. So even starting with a hard-boiled egg, maybe you're gonna pair that with the Good Measure protein bars, and then maybe some fruit to go along with it. Great for grab and go where you don't have as much time sitting down.
And if you're getting that protein in, is that getting things like cooking inside, getting your metabolism like flowing, and that's kind of the key to get things moving in the body, so to speak, so you're starting to really burn it off, right?
Exactly. Protein is what keeps our muscles and body just working in general. So absolutely, it helps start our day, it gets us energized, and we also have those carbohydrates. Remember, those are always really important for energy as well.
There are some good carbs, okay? Not just all bad, even though it seems like they're all bad.
No bad foods.
Now, over on this side, this side's got kind of a little bit more of the Jeremy side of things, but I love yogurt and bananas. Like, they are awesome. And if you don't have this banana out for my son in the morning,
it's going to be a rough day. Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
is. It really is.
So the Fairlife yogurt is actually higher in protein and lower in carbohydrates. So then you can add additional carbohydrates like a banana and even a high protein, low carb cereal too.
I used to make is it parfait? No, I can't even say the word.
Parfaits.
Thank you very much. And I got a little carried away. Again, moderation, hard to. But it is good that you can mix those in. But the key here is the protein.
Exactly. So that protein and also having those complex carbohydrates really help to fill you up and get you through the day.
All right. Well, we start off with that. Now we're starting to mix in that coffee. So you've got some ideas here to keep it together with your coffee, but a lot of people are going to mix in they're going to mix something else in with coffee. I like mine plain. I like to taste the coffee.
So do I, but we have to be realistic, right? So we like our creamer in our coffee or coffee in your creamer, whatever way you want to think of it. But starting with, that either cold brew or hot brewed coffee, either one, there's nothing added into this, no added sugar into this, as make sure you're looking at that label. but most coffees aren't going to have any additives in it right away. When you're adding a creamer, this is the easiest way to add calories and make it quote unquote unhealthier. So look for a creamer that has less than, I would say, 4 to 5 grams of added sugar, and stay away from those higher added sugar creamers. We see a lot of like 15 to 20 grams of added sugar. So stay away from those. Add a low sugar creamer. Again, makes your coffee a little bit more tastier and makes you happy.
So in the grand scheme of things here, for people who like to add sugars, you know, is there good sugars and bad sugars, or any? That's a tough. I know that's a tough question, but in all honesty, we know a lot of people are going to mix a creamer and a sugar, and what is your advice if you got somebody that just is like, well, can I just switch to like that off-brand sugar? Is that going to be better?
So again, all comes down to moderation. So if you have a creamer with a higher sugar content, I might tell you to avoid adding extra sugar. Maybe a sugar substitute that is stevia based, or RX sugar, which is allulose based. So it's just a little different. It's a sugar substitute. Or even just forgetting about your creamer and just add your sugar. So again, everything in moderation.
I don't know. I feel like you're taking you're doing good. This is great information. And finally, too, for as much coffee as somebody could drink throughout the day, if somebody's addicted like I am to coffee, could you recommend them going to a decaf, like mixing it up that way? Like, what would be a way to work yourself out of it into some food maybe, and not so much cups of coffee?
Exactly. If you're feeling down and low energy during the day, think about grabbing a snack before you reach for that extra cup of coffee. And with that snack, incorporate water into that too, to make sure you're hydrating, because that caffeine is going to dehydrate because it's a diuretic. So get that energy with food, water, and then go and get a little cup of coffee if that's the next thing you think your body needs.
But you don't have to get the tall.
No, you can always get a small.
I never get that right too. Whenever I go to a coffee shop, what? Can I just get one of these, like, mega cup size coffees? Just saying. And there is truly, when you're looking at coffee being healthy or not healthy, really it's the adding piece that gets you, and the moderate, how much that you're putting into it. That's really got to be your focus if you're putting this all together. Right.
So under 4 cups of 8 ounces a day, and choosing your additives healthily. Smartly.
It's all about moderation.
It's all about moderation.
You heard it here in every segment. We're going to talk about moderation. All right. Well, I'm going to chug this down while we wait.
And get a glass of water with it.
Fine. Yeah. Where is the water here, Aryn? Yeah. She's like, it's right there, Jeremy. All right, Aryn. If people want to learn more, have a conversation with over coffee potentially, how can they do so?
Yeah. Find me at Hy-Vee.com/health on our dietitian page, or even stop by your local Hy-Vee and ask the customer service rep for my card.
Behind the scenes, I always ask Aryn about a bunch of random questions about, should I do this, should I do that? And she pretty much laughs every time I come in here, so.
But I'm always helping you.
You are changing, right? I'm only asking because I know it's wrong, and you're just reassuring me that I can do better. So it's all about moderation. Enjoy that coffee responsibly.